Hey everybody, hope you're having an awesome day. I know I'm having an awesome day. It's a great morning. Getting up and just kind of relaxing a little bit. The weekend's here, having a cup of coffee, saying, well, what do we want to do for breakfast? So we thought we'd do kind of a remix of something that we did that seemed to be pretty popular. So it's we're actually going to make some more donuts. This time we're going to make chocolate donuts. And we're going to put a twist to them, and you're not going to see the twist until the end. So if you want to watch and see what the twist is, you're going to have to watch to the very end of the video to see what that twist is. I want to talk about some other things, so I have some other things. Hey, before we go too far, what would really make a great day for me would be that if you guys could hit that little thumbs up, the like button. It lets YouTube know that the content is good and that you're appreciating it. Then subscribe down below, and then hit that little bell icon right next to it. That would really help me a lot, and that would let YouTube know that the content is good and you're enjoying what you're seeing. So I also wanted to talk about if you subscribe, there's some other things that are coming up that we're going to talk about. If you look, I got a whiteboard over here on the side that I'm kind of reading off of some of the upcoming things that we got going on. So my wife and I have been doing a lot of talking about different things and throwing different things out there. I don't want to forget May is going to be Totally May month challenge for me anyway. If you want to join, that would be great. So I'm going to do total carbs for the month of May. So that means instead of tracking net carbs, I'm going to track total carbs. So on the first, I will transfer my carb manager over to track total carbs. That will help me cut down on my sweets and stuff of that nature. Help me a little bit losing a couple more pounds before my doctor's appointment at the end of May. So that would be great. Again, just so you know, I have lived through this for quite a while, almost 3 years now, around a little over 3 years, I believe it is. Back in November timeframe of 2017, I went to the doctors and he told me I was obese and how I needed to lose weight, or I was going to have to start taking medication for diabetes 2, type diabetes 2. I had high blood pressure and I was going to have to do something about that if I didn't change my lifestyle. So when he suggested to me, my doctor suggested to me that I start doing keto, I found it pretty easy to do, enjoyable to do. It made me feel great. I dropped the weight, and then I've managed to keep it off. I hit my goal weight, what I had set for me, and what he wanted to what he wanted me to hit. Jeez. So I hit the goal weight and I maintain it pretty well since then. I fluctuate, go up 5 pounds, go down 5 pounds. So it kind of goes back and forth. But some upcoming things. So we're going to do chocolate donuts today. Like I said, there's going to be a twist at the end that hopefully you'll stick around and watch and see. But we also have been talking about either jelly filled or cream filled or custard filled. So we're playing around with that and trying to figure out how to do that and trying to make that into a low carb recipe. We have the donuts in the dough. It's the cream and the jellies and stuff like that we're trying to figure out how to do that and make it low carb as well. We're talking about maybe doing some comparing of. I have a recipe for coconut French fries with coconut flour, and I made them. If you saw the past video, I did one with almond flour, and kind of comparing the two and see how they turn out and see which one's better. We've been talking about doing a pancit for a while. So if you don't know what pancit is, it's a traditional dish from the Philippines. So we're working on that. We've got all the ingredients. I think we had to order a couple things online, so that's coming. I got some nacho chips to make. I'm going to make some nacho chips because I like snacking on the weekends and some salsa sauce. So I have some low carb nacho chips that I'm going to make. Some stuffed chicken breasts, some fat bombs, some ice cream, maybe some Frosties, strawberry cheesecake, some more fat bomb recipes coming up. We're going to go to Costco's either this weekend or next weekend. So we're going to film that and what we get there and do a keto haul on that. We're also going to do some other dishes. So I thought I've been playing around with because of what the UK losing, Prince William. So I thought we would do maybe something more of a traditional UK dish. So have you ever heard of a toad in a hole? So maybe we'll do toad in a hole, a low carb version of it. And again, twist at the end, so watch until the end. And again, look at the links down below. I do have put some links to some of my favorite things. I will tell you they're affiliate links for Amazon. So there's stuff down there that you can look at, and if it's interest of you, if you purchase it, they are affiliate links, so I do get a couple of cents out of them. So it would be great if you did that. So I'd appreciate it. So today we're just going to make chocolate donuts. With, like I said, last time we just made regular donuts. So today we're going to make chocolate donuts. So pretty easy recipe. It's very, very similar to the last one. It will come together pretty fast. So in here I got 2.5 cups of almond flour. I'm going to throw in here half a cup of sweetener. So this is the monk fruit that I always use. I have some allulose, and I used that in my last recipe. That actually turned out pretty well. Then this is 1 tablespoon of baking powder. Actually, 1 teaspoon of baking powder. I'm sorry. All right. Yeah, 1 teaspoon of baking powder. Right. And this is 2 tablespoons of cocoa. We're going to mix in. That's going to make it chocolate. Right. So then all going to do is I'm just going to take those few ingredients, those 4 ingredients, and I'm just going to mix them together. So once I feel it's fully incorporated, everything's pretty well mixed together. And I'm going to set this aside for a second. I set this aside. I'm going to set it over here so you can see what I'm doing. And now these are just 4 eggs. Now the eggs have to be at room temperature. So if you take 4 eggs out of the refrigerator and they're still cold, what I do is I put them in a hot water. I run some hot water into a container and I let them sit in there for about 15 minutes. Maybe dump it out once they're in there and then refresh it. So this is the 4 eggs. This is 1 tablespoon of apple cider vinegar, right? It's kind of weird, right? Apple cider vinegar. But it actually really gives it a good flavor, believe it or not. And then this is, I'm going to throw this over here. This is a 1/4 cup of milk. And actually, I'm going to show you, this is not just regular milk. This is actually a coconut milk. You should use a coconut milk. It creates better. So a while back, I went and I bought this Mula keto milk. So if you haven't seen it before, we thought we'd try it. It's really coconut milk. And if you look at the ingredients in it, I'll show you that. I don't know whether you can see it or not. I don't know whether the camera can adjust on it. You probably can't read it. Anyway, so it just has coconut cream in it. It has MTC oil in it. It has coconut oil in it. Then it has less than 2% organic pea protein, calcium, and a few other things. So I wanted to try it. I bought 2 of them. So I thought I'd throw it in a recipe and try that instead of regular coconut cream. So if it doesn't come out right, I'm going to blame the milk. So I'm going to whip this together. Like I said, this is a really, really simple recipe. 4 dry ingredients, 3 wet ingredients. Just mixing them and putting them together, right? All right, so now I'm going to bring my dry ingredients back, and then I'm going to pour the wet ingredients in with the dry ingredients. I know you're supposed to do it the other way around, but the bowl is bigger for the dry ingredients. So I'm going to mix the 2 together. Like I say, we've been playing around with the cream filled, varying cream filled, or something of that nature, or jelly cream filled, and so we've been kind of playing around with that a little bit, trying different things. So we'll see. Maybe next week we'll try that. If you like this one, let me know. If you tried this before, let me know. All right, so this is pretty well incorporated. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take, this is my donut pan. I only have 1 of them. You know, we don't make donuts very often, so I didn't buy 2 of them. Last time it only made 6. So I am gonna. Last time I didn't do this, and they just popped out anyway. But I want to be safe, so I'm gonna do a poor man's pastry. I don't know what you call it, pastry thing to squirt the this in the into the donut tray. So what I'm going to do is take a plastic bag like this. I got to tell you, so a lot of times what we're doing is we're going out and we're finding recipes online and on other places. Then we're trying to tweak them and make them a little bit better. And hopefully you like when we tweak them and try them. Like I said, if you looked at the one with the no bake cookies, you know, we added macadamia nuts to them, and then we added some almond butter to them, and then we added some of the white chocolate chips, with Lily's white chocolate chips, and they're really fantastic. So, all right, so that's all in here. I'm going to set this aside to make sure you can see. I'm waiting to have this with my coffee. I'm going to take the corner of this bag like this, and I'm going to cut it off. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to squeeze the mixture into the I'm also going to try to make things that you probably have around your house, like, so you don't have to go out and buy it or run around and find it, because I don't want to do that. So I have a little bit left. I can probably make another couple here. I'm going to set it aside for right now, though, just because I only have a pan that fits 6. So after I get these baked and pop them out, maybe I'll throw the other ones in and bake those. So now I'm going to throw them in the oven. Pretty good. The batter's pretty good. I'm going to throw them in the oven, 350 degrees. I'm going to put them in there for about 15 minutes, and then we'll come out after the 15 minutes, and we'll see how they come out. Timer on. All right, so I'll talk to you in a minute, and when we're taking those out, and so you can take a look at them. Then we'll let them cool, and you'll see the twist after that we're going to do with them, and then hopefully you're sticking around until that part. Hopefully you're enjoying it, so you'll give it a thumbs up. Subscribe down below, that bell icon. All right, see you in a few. All right, guys, they're done. I know when they're done. Because of the pan, it kind of looks weird. They don't really look like donuts until you turn them over. I'll show you what they look like. I did leave them in for about an extra 5 minutes, just because they were a little bigger than I thought they were going to be. But that's what they look like. So they look like chocolate donuts. Look pretty good. We'll come back in a minute, and we'll set up for the next segment, and we'll start going from there. All right. Hey everybody, we're back. I'm really happy with the way these came out. So if you take a look at them, maybe I'll just show you one. So they're still pretty warm, but that's the way they came out. So pretty good looking. I know I tasted some of the batter. That was the fun part about cleaning up, is you get to lick the batter and kind of taste some of the stuff ahead of time. So now the twist. So first, before we get started, I want to do a shout out to Sarita Raz, just because she was the first one that commented on my last post. So if you're the first one that post on the comments section down below, I'll give your channel a shout out. So make sure you comment down below. I'd really appreciate it. As well as tell me what kind of content you'd like to see. Also have doing some research on 5 reasons why you stall while you're doing keto. So I'll give you my opinions on that. I've been reading some stuff as well as my own experience over the past few years. So what we're going to do here is we're going to do something a little different. I know the traditional recipe that I had with this had more of like a frosting, like a cake frosting on it, which was good, but we wanted to try to do something different, especially seeing how these are chocolate already. So we wanted to do something more of a colorful. So my wife suggested that we do some white chocolate on here. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to make a white chocolate glaze to go on top of these. And what we're going to actually use for that is we're actually going to use, oh, I need a thing to mix it with too as well. Get my utensils out. So we're actually going to use some Lily's white chocolate chips. That's what I use. Right here, this is, I put in about a half a cup, I should say a quarter cup, maybe a little bit more, maybe an eighth of a cup more in there. That's what I put in there. So that's going to be our base for what we're going to put on there. So it should hopefully get a nice white color to it. Now the traditional recipe also calls for more sugar than this. This is confectionery sugar. This is the Swerve confectionery sugar. I get this at my local Kroger's store, so most stores have it, so you should be able to find it pretty readily. So I put in about a half a cup. I know the recipe calls for more. I don't want it so runny that it runs. I want it to kind of be thicker and kind of stick, and as the donuts get cooled off, I want the glaze to stick to the donuts. So I'm going to put that in there. Then I also have some butter in here, and I probably should have melted. This is 2 teaspoons of butter. That will help to give it some of that creaminess and stuff, and I'm going to actually pop that in here for 20 seconds just to get it soft. And then at the end, I also, what's not in the recipe and I have to add it to is we're going to actually take, I have some dark chocolate Lily's dark chocolate chips. Again, I used Lily's chocolate chips. I know a lot of people use the Chalk Zero. It doesn't matter which one you're using, whichever ones. I use these. We're going to use these for to dress them up. I'm going to try to make them look pretty. No guarantees because of the fact I'm not a chef. I'm not a cook. I'm kind of a hack at it. I do this stuff so that I can survive on keto and I don't have those cravings and everything else. And if I have a craving, I figure out a way around it. Right? So I'm going to take all this stuff. I'm going to kind of throw it together a little bit. And then I took some water. I got it hot, really, really hot. So this is boiling water. I'm going to put about 2 tablespoons of this in here as well. Again, 2 to 3, depends on how well it mixes together. We'll see how well it kind of comes together. We probably will have to pop this in here to melt the white chocolate a little bit. The thing of it is, I don't want it too hot because I want to. And I really want it to stick when I coat it. So this is the twist. So, like I said, the traditional one, very much like a frosting base, like a frosting you'd put on a cake or something of that nature, and or a really sugary glaze. I wanted to go for something a little different. I wanted to go for more of a real chocolate, and I wanted to make it look good. So something different, right? I'm gonna pop that in there for 20 seconds. So I wanted to make it look different and make it look pretty. So we'll see. Again, I know we'll melt the other chocolate as well. I'm kind of hoping it comes out good. No guarantees. I know it tastes good because I tasted the batter, so I know the batter's good. I know I really like the white chocolate chips, so I know that's good. Just a matter of how do I get them to all come together, right? All right, now you can start, I can feel it starting to really come together. The chocolate's melting. Yeah, it's really starting to, so you'll see that it has that consistency like a glaze now. So that's what I'm kind of looking for. Those chips are really melting good. Now, last time I tried to dip these in here, it didn't work so well. It didn't work as well as I like it to. More because of the type of, I think the type of frosting was that. So these ones, we're going to try a little bit better, a little differently. So that one actually came out really nice. So that's going to be my picture for my fun thumbnail. I'm going to make a mess on my wife's counter, so. I think they're actually it's coming out pretty nicely. I think. Down to this last one. And so this is what it looks like right now. So, you know, all right. So chocolate, white chocolate, chocolate, white chocolate. So those look pretty good. I will tell you there's a little bit of frosting left. I can tell you that's pretty dynamite. The other piece of this is I'm going to take a little bit of the dark chocolate I put in here. I'm just going to put a little bit of tiny water in here, maybe a half a tablespoon in here, just to kind of give it a little bit of a. I'm actually going to use a different spoon so I don't mix them together. And this I'm not gonna put any. I'm gonna try not to put any sweetener in there because I want this to be really, really thick, right? So, and this is what I'm gonna drizzle on top. I probably should have put something underneath that tray. So I'm gonna melt that chocolate down on top of it. I'm actually gonna stick something underneath that tray because I'm gonna get messy here, I think. I already got messy, but I think I'm going to get more messy. So this is all melted down now. It's pretty warm. Like I said, I'm trying to make it a little bit thin, but not very much thin. Because I think this is a little too thick. I think I need to put a little more water in it. I'm going to put a little more hot water in it. Yeah, I think I'm not achieving the success I want, so I'm going to have to put more water in it. So I'll put about a tablespoon in here now. I'm going to put about another half in. I'm going to have to melt this down again. I'm not getting the consistency I want, so I may have to put some swerve or something else in with it to soften it up a little bit. We'll see. If I can get it done really quick when it first comes out and it's still hot, that would be ideal. All right, so this looks better. So I ended up putting almost two teaspoons of water in it. All right, so what I'm going to try to do, believe it or not, I'm going to try to, well, maybe I'm not. Well, it's not coming out the way I wanted to, so I'm going to leave it alone. I was trying to make some little stripes across the top of it. It's not working for me. I'm going to have to figure that part out. So, hey, I did make some. I wish I could. It's got to be a lot thinner than what it is. So I'm going to have to play with it a little bit, see if I can get it to be a little thinner. All right, now let's try it. Let's see what we got now. Well, it doesn't come out too good, but I guess it kind of worked. Again, that's what I get for trying to be fancy, right? So, oh well. Oh, anyway, so sorry about that. That was a fail, but so anyway, this is what it's going to come out like, looking like, kind of. It was supposed to have some nice white stripes, some chocolate stripes on it. It didn't come out the way I wanted it to, but they look okay. I'm sure they're going to taste okay. Oh, but again, I'm not a cook. I'm not a chef, so I'm not going to bake a new batch to try to make it look pretty for you. It is what it is. Hopefully you enjoy it. This is reality. Like I said, I'm no cook, so but hopefully you give it a thumbs up. Subscribe down below. Hit that little bell icon. Again, I'll show you what one looks like with the chocolate on there. You can kind of see. So that's what it kind of looks like. So again, I want it to be a little prettier than that. I'm going to have to work on my finesse, my baking finesse, but they look good. I can't wait to try them. Taste test maybe. Let's see if I can take a piece of one. I'm going to take a piece of this one. I will tell you, talk with my mouth full. These are really, really good. The white chocolate is very, very sweet. So you like, it has a sweet, plus it has the donut mix. So it's a very, very nice little treat. Great breakfast, cup of coffee. This goes perfect with it. Now macros, how it breaks down on this. One donut is about 150 calories. It is five total carbs, 7 protein, 13 fat, 3 fiber. So it's 2 net carbs. Now I will tell you that's just for the donut. The frosting with the lilies. The lilies is about 2 net carbs per serving. So I will say that you probably have to add I'm not going to say that's a full serving on there, but probably close to it. So you'd probably have to add 2 to that. So it's 4 net carbs. But a cup of coffee and one of these, that's a really, really good breakfast. You don't need 2 of these. You only need 1 of these. This is pretty filling. So hey, again, hope you enjoyed it. We'll talk to you next time. Please subscribe, thumbs up, like, and then again, make suggestions of what you'd like to see coming up in coming videos. I gave you a bunch of them. Remember, first one to comment, I'm going to shout out your channel when you comment down below. I really appreciate it. Have a great day.